Good morning. How goes? How goes? How goes? Yes, it is. Good morning, Darkstar. How goes? Alright, let's see. So we're chilling here in Limsa. Well, that's something at least. Alright, let's go down here. And we will start doing side quests. There are a lot of them. They are low level. Most of them are pretty insignificant, but there might be some story tucked away in some of them, and I just don't know. So we're gonna do them all, even if it sucks. So, you know, let's do this. Excuse me, miss, but might you have a moment or two to spare? You seem the type who enjoys being accosted for menial tasks, and I require someone to make a delivery to the dutiful sisters of the Edelweiss. I know those guys. I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of them. The sisters prefer not to advertise their presence here in Limsa. Oh, I've heard of them. I've even joined their guild. They do, however, provide a rather unique service, of which the Brugair Consortium has recently been the beneficiary. I would have you deliver this package to their doorman, Lonward, along with our profuse gratitude. Okay. So that one's down to the Rogues Guild. Let's see. So, fun fact, I had to disable some of my third-party software that I use for Final Fantasy because it was showing up in my video for Steam Labs. Normally it doesn't, but all of a sudden it does now. Yeah, there's a lot of quests. So I am very disappointed. Especially because some of it is actually just convenient stuff. So we will see how this works. Yeah. Trishka! Sweetnix is beauteous gobby and crafty smart trade maker. Sweetnix makes busy deal with Uplander. Need deliver letter of gate of Melvin, but Sweetnix has shiver shakes. No, my previous videos it didn't show up in. It's just when I went to start streaming and I was testing my game, I could see my overlays. And so I turned all my overlays off to play today. I have to figure out what's going on and why that's even a thing. Yeah. And it sucks, because some of them are very useful. Sweetnix makes busy deal with Uplanders. Need deliver letter to Gate of Melvin, but Sweetnix has shiver shakes. Uplander walks to Gate of Melvin for Sweetnix. Uplander deliver letter to Tax Lady Pataja. Man, some of these names. Alright. And unfortunately, because I upload my videos to YouTube, because most people who get caught for using third-party software, they don't get caught because of Twitch, because you have to actually be watching it, and Twitch goes away after a while. But because I'm uploading them to YouTube, they'll exist for all eternity. So, yeah, I have to be careful about my third-party software. Alright, Swazblet. You miss, adventurer. I have work for you. I would have you pose as a customer and survey the market's current prices. Surely I did not see you balk at so simple a task. All you need to do is strike up a conversation with the shop owners and glance over their wares. There are 3 merchants that interest me: Iron Thunder, Kyokyo Rune, and Sinny Hill. Write down all that you see on the price list and hand it to Bean Sing on the West Hawker's Alley. He shall reward you for your service. Okay. Yeah, so I have to figure out why it wasn't showing before, but it is now. Wares, not whores, wares. Well met, lass. Cast your peepers over these beauties. Not a spot of rust to be found. Every piece fresh from the forges of Naldic and Vermelis. Sure, I believe you. While I'm here. I love this quest. Actually, I just love the dance that it gives me. Oh my, oh dear, my cask of ale is gone, and it had to be the one ordered by someone who doesn't brook tardiness. I would bring the matter to the Maelstrom, but perhaps seek help from the Yellow Jackets, but my clients would likely frown on involving anyone official. An adventurer such as yourself, though, would be capable of doing a little unofficial investigating. Will you find the stolen ale for me? It was right outside Fisherman's Bottom. Surely someone saw something. What's that? You would have the client's name? Oh, none of that. Discretion creates opportunities. Now go to Fisherman's Bottom and make your inquiries before this cold of mine grows worse. Okay. Ugh. Report. Yes, I do report all of the gold sellers. Just... First of all, I have proven that it's not that fucking hard to make gold the legitimate way, so they don't even need to exist. But... Kyokyo Room welcomes welcome customer. Kyokyo Room loves his lovely trade. Kyokyo Room's goods are goodly made. Yeah, I just report them all. A fine evening to you, miss. What can I interest you in? Why, you seem interested in most everything, don't you? Is this another one of those investigations? Well, I have nothing to hide. Not much of an investigation if people can guess it's an investigation, huh? You're the one what made a list for Swazblet? Let's have it then. A piece of parchment containing prices from shops and stalls all over Lominsa. Nothing wrong with the market as far as I can tell. You oftentimes get pirates selling stolen goods at cutthroat prices, and that drives the numbers down right across Hawker's Alley. Thanks to these reports, though, we can tell at a glance what shady dealings are taking place. Good work, lass. Sweet. So I noticed something. This is kind of small. Sorry, but, yeah, these are small enough that I have to kind of squint when looking at them, and that's boring and annoying. Alright. Where is Sweetnix with those import records? Without the proper documentation, I'm afraid we shall have to expel him from the city. The only thing written on the slip of parchment appears to be a mass of squiggly lines and randomly positioned ink blots. Why, these are Sweetnix records. Glad I am to see they were submitted in time. That's not what I saw when I looked at them, but you do you. Honestly, you would think that goblin would have lost his fear of our offices by now. Every month he is to submit these papers, and every month his tardiness forces me to consider his removal. As long as one follows proper procedure, Limsa Lomensa is quite welcoming of foreign traders. Pray convey these words to Sweetnix. Perhaps it will aid in soothing the poor goblin's fears. Duty calls. Here at Melvin's Gate, we inspect all the goods that are imported into Limsa Lomensa, and collect duty as the law requires. Some merchants, however, seek to evade this obligation, and we must chase them down. I would be grateful if you could deliver these 2 ledgers, one to a man named Suntimal, whom you will find at the Octant, and the other to a woman named Letitia, who works at the Bismarck. If you are uncertain as to the whereabouts of the Bismarck, ask Sundimal when you meet him, and he will point you in the right direction. Oh, I know the way to the Bismarck. I did lots of cooking there. Also, import taxes. Let's go down to the Fisherman's Guild. Sissipoo! The calamity really knocked the wind out of the fishing industry's sails, but fisherfolk are starting to return to the seas once more. It's past time I did the same. But before I can put out to sea again, I need to have a new boat built. Our guild has always commissioned Naldic and Vimelis to do its craft, but they are beastly busy these days. If you want for something to do, mayhap you could run over to the Armorers Guild and consult with Foremaster Hananza in my stead? I would know how long we might expect to have to wait. Forever. Forever and a day. Hey, you seen any cask of ale laying around? After a cask? Well, can't really say if it's your cask, but there was a big fella come by recently carrying one. He asked me if I had smoked smackies what would go down nice with ale. Tain't the only thing I know neither. The louse wore black, and you know what that means, the bloody executioners. Pirates. Small-boned cellar. Did I see someone walk off with a cask of ale? Why, sure, it was during the afternoon offloading. Fella didn't look like a thief, though. Hoisted the cask and walked right on over to the Astelicia? Whatever. Looking for Dodozan's cask of ale, eh? Aye, I'll help you. Dodozan ain't a bad sort for a swiving trader. There was a topper come asking after the cask. Wanted to know if it was ale. The poxy fool. Okay. Yeah, some of the pronunciation in this game completely eludes me. Yep. Still going the right way. There it is. Oh, look at them. They're having a dance-off. What are you looking at? This is a dance duel. A dance duel. Much more important than anything you got. Much more. I went through the trouble. Yeah, it's nice, but like, I wish more of it was voiced, so then I would at least know how to pronounce those words. Does make reading rough. You may be able to scamper up to the rigging to the crow's nest, but you can't. Can you get down? Not for a siren's teat, you great clodhopper. Begging pardons, Captain, but there ain't no Miqo'te alive heavier on her feet than a great Galutin Rogadin such as yourself. Well said, Captain, and well retorted, you bloody sunseeker. Or was you a moonkeeper? What other lands they got there? Bah, who even cares? Am I right? Who are you, anyways? There was a whole pastel of you afore, and now there's only one. That's a miser's trick, it is. You're drunk off your ass, dude. Nope, nothing worse than a miser. This whoreson, what was admiral, what was his name? He didn't like no drinking nor dancing. Bad for corals? Corals? That can't be right. Corals, of course you're right there, lassie. Should never doubt myself. Anyways, this, magical, I'll call him Admirable Pinchfist. Passed decrees like they was farts. He decreed no dancing within a hand's reach of spirits. That's probably I don't know, but no dancing within reach of booze sounds like a good rule to me. But no magical's smarter than a selling man. We just stopped reaching with our hands altogether. Ha! We invented step dancing. That showed magical pinchfish and his corals. Hey, that's right, lassie. Gets me all fired up, too. Makes you think like, oh, I know, you want to dance. All this time I just thought you was being churlish, but... No, I insist. Dance first, talk later. That's the way of it. Okay. Guess I'm dancing. Look at me go. Dancing with pirates in armor. Oh shoot, you know what I just realized? One of my mods is my full screen mod. Now in cutscenes I have the black bars on the top and bottom of my screen. Shoot. I might have to redo that one. Cause it looks weird. Why, you cagey sea fox, dancing like sailing folk you do. I could swear there was 3 of you, or was I just... Never mind. You're practically a sister now. You ask me anything. Uh-huh. A cask of Dodazan's ale? Carried it off from Fisherman's Bottom, my very own self I did. Had's to, matter of fact. We'd already drunk all we had on board. Of course, Dodazan's getting paid for it, someday. Don't make a difference if he frets a night or two, eh? I think that big guy has something to say about it. Why, you reprobate whoreson. That's the tale of that cask you lugged in? Blackguard, you dare call yourself a bloody executioner? All hugger-mugger about what belongs to who? Dodozan has the cods not to mule about the colors we wear, and you play him for a fool? I'm sorry, Captain. Wasn't thinking it through. Gots to fix that, I do. It's what they call a coral failing. Moral failing. Speak. Adventurer, I beg pardons for my man. I swear Lim Lane mistook him for an oyster and gave him grits for brains when she made him. Since you're already here, how about you square our account with Dodazan? Take this payment to him. We'd be much obliged. You dance with us and all, so I'm trusting the guild won't inspire any moral failings in you. There's some long keel on the Estelacia, if you take my meaning. You mean you're going to keel haul me if I steal from you? Yeah, first of all, I'm a rogue. I don't steal from pirates. That would go against the code. Anyways. Hey there, fella. You alright up there? He's fine. Oh no, the rogues... The rogues code is a proper code. You follow it or you get... Yeah. Alright. There you are. Not a moment too soon. Did you find my ale? I got you money. Money owed to Dodozen by the bloody executioners for the delivery of ale. Huh? Well, that's the price I was to receive, but where did you get it? From the bloody, I mean the clients themselves? I see. Yes, there's always some blustery young fellow like that. Hasn't earned his swallows or stars yet, I'll wager. Cods, you say? Captain Noscea is kind to say so, I'm sure, but I hail from Ul'dah. We trade with anyone if they've got the gil to pay. Pirates, princes, they're all the same to me. And if I know these particular pirates, and I do, they'll be wanting another cast soon to drink away this little fracas. Many thanks, adventurer. Woo, I gotta dance. Okay, and then... Boop, 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 boop. Over here. Let's talk to our little gobby friend. Uplander delivered letter to gate of Melvin. Uplander has wide heart and swift legs. Tax Lady Pajata has kind backwards for Sweetnix. Sweetnix has outflow of joy for Tax Lady Pataja. Sweetnix says happy Gavi. Give Uplander Jingly Shine. Yay, Jingly Shine. I loves me some Jingly Shine. A ledger from Melvin's Gate, you say? This booklet, penned by a log assessor from Melvin's Gate, contains the names of merchants who have yet to pay the duty on the goods they imported into Limsa. Yet more outstanding duty payments. When will those merchants ever learn? Very well, if I catch sight of any offenders, I shall drag them to the gate, kicking and screaming if needs be. One more ledger bound for the Bismarck, you say? Follow this path to the upper decks and you'll find the place. I do know my way to the Bismarck, actually. Oh look, a quest. A sheepish request. Beg your pardons, good madam, but you are an adventurer, are you not? I realize this is sudden, but we urgently need help restocking our larders. We are in the midst of preparing a full-course meal for soon-arriving guests, but I fear we are short on fresh lamb for the main course. I would be grateful if you could procure 4 slices for us. I dare say it would be quickest to obtain these directly from the source, wild lambs. In case you are unfamiliar with the creatures, I suggest you speak with Abelfar, a sentry stationed in Bulwark Hall, just below the Drowning Winch. Hey! Tax evaders among our patrons, you say? Goodness me. I dare say this may well put an end to their appetite, but this is in the best interests of the city-state. I swear I know how to read. If any of the merchants named in this ledger come to dine with us, I shall see that Melvin's Gate is notified without delay. Okay. And she has a quest. 1,000 words. We spare no effort in ensuring that all our patrons enjoy the finest food and hospitality, and so it is doubly harmful when someone decides to leave without settling the bill. Nary a bell ago, a first-time patron did just that. Rasushmo is the one who lovingly prepared the man's meal. She is quite upset by the whole affair, and has taken it upon herself to draw an illustration of the offender. Might I trouble you to deliver it to the Yellow Jackets on our behalf? Rasushmo should be done adding the finishing touches by now. Also, how dare somebody walk out without paying their tab? Gah, I poured my heart and soul into that grilled dodo. If I ever get my hands on that scoundrel, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Here it is, my rendition of the criminal. Please deliver it to Godebert at the Coral Tower. He will know what to do. Okay. Now... Ooh, I get to meet another pirate. You wanted for coin, adventurer? How you fancy working for the Kraken's Arms, one of the greatest pirating crews in Limsa? If you're interested, take yourself up these here steps to the balcony above, and talk to Carvelane, our captain. Do right by him, and he'll do right by ye. Okay. Carvelane! Sup, dude? So if I recall correctly, there are 3 pirating groups that are the main ones that are based in Limsa. There's the Bloody Executioners, these guys, and the one with that woman, the woman captain, the real bitch. Greetings, friend, and welcome to the Seventh Sage, purveyor of the finest spices from the East. All of our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Yes, because stealing from Garleans is completely legal. I don't see the harm in that, actually. Like, piracy is fine. That's why you're watching me. Yeah, I think we do a quest to cheer up the female captain later. Oh, and this captain here and the female captain have a thing. Like, they hate flirt with each other. It's really cute. I think there was I don't know if it was Valentine's Day or one of the holidays where they had an entire little flirting session, but I do know they have a delivery Moogle quest that is kind of cute. So, or they're mentioned in the quest. I really wish I could do all of the previous events. Like, honestly, I wish they would start over from the beginning so I can do them all. Because there is a storyline to some of them, and I'm not going to get to do them. Oh, you do not seek spices, but employment? Well then, you speak really well for a pirate. Well then, let us speak of how you might be of service to our organization. Our Misery returned from her latest voyage bearing exotic spices never before seen in Eorzea. I have prepared 2 samplers, each of which I would have you deliver to certain individuals. The first is to Grenade, whom you will find at the Coral Tower. The second is for Master Lingzath, the head chef of the Bismarck. And do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now and return here once you have accomplished the task. Okay. I'm headed to both of those places anyways. So those ones were called the Kraken's Arms pirates. And we have the Bloody Executioners. So when I head down to do the quest for the other lady, we'll get the name of those pirates. And then we'll know the names of all 3. Welcome to the headquarters of the Yellowjackets, the Keepers of Peace in Limsa. Is there aught I can assist you with? A set containing several exotic spices and instructions on how they can be used. Not something you would expect from the captain of a band of bloodthirsty pirates. A sample of spices, courtesy of the 7 sages, you say? Or, are they 7 sages? I don't know. There is no mistake. This is fire sand, and the kind used by Garleans beside. Quite intriguing. Very well. We will consider placing an order. Oh, you thought that you had brought me spice. I see you are not familiar with Carvelanisms. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything he has procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that is considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents Lominsan interests in eastern lands. Oh, she has a quest too. An alarming number of citizens have gone missing of late. Oh. Though I suspect you've already heard the rumors. I have not, actually. It is essential that we ascertain their safety. To this end, I have prepared a list based on reports from our citizens. Would you be so kind as to deliver it to my colleague in Bulwark Hall? Nidilika is her name? My thanks in advance, friend. Okay. I have a picture of a criminal. A bilker at the Bismarck, you say? You have an artist rendition of the man? A drawing of a man, ? Pieced together from descriptions given by eyewitnesses to his crimes. Most heinous. What in the 7 hells is this supposed to be? Looks more like a prow of a ship than a man's face. Look, We would like nothing more than to bring the offender to justice. 'Tis our duty, after all. However, we will need a bit more to go on than this piece of art. It would be easier if for all involved if Sushmo were to come here and answer some questions. Please relay to her as much. Yep. Names, man. It doesn't help that my throat kind of hurts a lot. So, yeah. But it's just because I've been reading so much. But tomorrow I'm playing WoW, so there's a little less reading. A new sample from the Seventh Sage. Alright, let's have a whiff of it then. Ain't smelled nothing like it afore. The note as came with it says it's root that grows on Othard. Last I heard, Othard was under Imperial rule. How the Seven Elves did Carvalane manage to get hold of this? He's a pirate? Any road, I reckon I can cook up some fresh and new with it. Thanks for the delivery, friend. Ah, so you've spoken with Godebert? Wahaha! Within the bell, the Yellow Jackets will have that swindling scoundrel locked up in a dungeon cell, and then I'll take my filleting knife and... Huh? Godebert wants me to go to the Coral Tower for questioning? But what more information does he want that my drawing doesn't already provide? Isn't a picture supposed to paint 1,000 words? Only if the picture is good. Alright, Carvalane, I've delivered your spices. Welcome back. It would seem both samples were rather well received, and this is in no small part due to our affable courier. 'Tis unfortunate, but notoriety accumulated over the course of years does not fade overnight. There are many still who are hesitant to do business with savage pirates. Yet the old days of piracy have passed, giving way to a new wave of opportunity. My crew and I have decided to embrace this wave. With the Admiral's blessing, we engage in a form of trade with Garlean ships. Everything we do, you may rest assured, is within the law. Ah! I suppose that's what they're calling piracy these days. Trade. Run! Soothing the savage siren. If you're looking for a place to wet your whistle, Scrag, I'd advise you turn tail and run. Captain Roswin is in no mood to be entertaining customers this eve, and even when she is, she ain't particularly good at it. Though, maybe dealing with a customer the sort of shite what might shake her from her doldrums. But if you mean to venture inside the missing member, you best remember to pay your proper respects to the captain, lest you ain't afraid to go missing. Kneeling afore her would be a good start. I hate written accents. Alright. So... Right. The hell do you want, Drylander? We're closed. If you don't want me sirens to toss you out on your arse, then show some respect and kneel, Crag. Yeah. I will kneel. Oh, so she knows her place. Good. If only the Krakens had the same sense of propriety. Bastards keep seizing every Garlean ship before we can take a crack at them. You know, speaking of the Krakens, tis a sorry state of affairs when your crew's reduced to preying on the leavings of that mangy bunch of man-boys. Me younger self would be right disappointed to see how far we've fallen. Disappointed. So you do know something on me, Pain, but your sympathy ain't worth more'n a pint of piss. It's well and good we got the Admiral's permission to capture Garlean ships, but what's the use if you keep on getting beat to your prey? We built our reputation reaving right off the coast of Vilbrand, not sailing a dozen malms into the bleeding sea. The few Imperial dogs found on Lominsan territory get snatched by krakens, hunting in open waters. I rallied my crew's spirits when I said we were reviving the old ways, but after all our struggles, they seem resigned to letting those bastards have all the fun. Rally. Huh? You're trying to make light of me dilemma? Don't push your luck, Scrag, or I'll gut you with a hook, like a regular pirate. Wait, that's it. We're pirates, goddammit. So we should think like pirates. Bugger keeping Lominsan water safe. We'll raid supply shipments to the Garlean outposts along the coast of Aldernard. Ha ha ha. It's so bleeding simple. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Thank you for your unintended inspiration, Scrag. To think I almost had you fed to the sharks. Gee, thanks. I gather your meeting with the captain went well. I could hear her cackling all the way out here. Well, whatever you did, thank you for doing it. Last thing we needed was her going on another rampage, running deck swabs and leaving us with less meat. Tain't easy playing by the Admiral's rules, but if anyone can find a way, Captain Roswin can. So those guys are the Sirens. So we got the Krakens, the Sirens, and the Executioners. A new boat for the Fishermen's Guild. I'm afraid now isn't the best time. You see, we have recently taken on a commission for a galleon. This task alone has all our hands full. But look, I will see what I can do. The Fishermen's Guild has long been one of our best clients, and I would be loath to disappoint Sisyphus. It may yet take a while, but I shall endeavor to have her boat ready in a timely fashion. Sweet. So, fun fact, what she said here about them working on a galleon, if you start in Limsa Lominsa, you actually rescue one of the main shipbuilders. From his own father, who is a pirate. But a bad pirate. The Rats in the Wharf. Are you in need of some trifling task to pass the time? I don't need it, but I'll take it. Then I have just the job for you. Bateron is offering a reward to any adventurer who slays at least 5 wharf rats. There's no shortage of the pests lurking outside the Tempest Gate, so you should hurry and take advantage of this opportunity. Okay. No more quests in here? Sweet. Alright, let's go back downstairs. Let's see. We need to go to the Bulwark Hall. Oh, you know what? I forgot to go to the Dutiful Sisters. Let's do that first. I was there, but I just completely forgot. So there was a live letter this morning, early. And I watched part of it. And so Yoshi P did apologize for all of the problems they were having. They said it was a miscommunication and stuff, but it was really one of those, we're sorry you're disappointed, but you're going to have to put up with it for now type things. And that's, at least when WoW breaks something, they fix it as soon as they can. Oh there, Corey. You looking to head inside? Nope. Today, I have a package for the Dutiful Sisters. A plain wrapped box, unmarked, save the words, Dutiful Sisters of the Edelweiss. No, they actually apologize, but they always apologize. They're Japanese. I don't mean that to sound racist, but, like, it was a lot of, these are the problems that everybody's complaining about, we'll get to it eventually. It's just disappointing. I didn't watch the stuff on 7.3 though, because that was the second half. The first half was all of the problems that they're having with the new content. What's this then? A parcel from the Bruguiere Consortium? Huh? Let's have a peek inside. Ooh, walnut bread and ginger cookies. And a few of them Bismarck finger sandwiches too. Ooh, one of the pirate girls loves those. Them consortium coals know the right way to show appreciation. Some of them sisters have unholy appetites, so I'd best save a few bites for myself before I take this inside. You just let Gymnasim? No, we're always here should her boss have need of us again. Names. Yeah, it was disappointed. I don't know. And they only brought up the problems with the content that they just released. They didn't say anything about all of the problems that the game has been having. Like, yeah. It's disappointing. It makes me sad. You delivered the package as I requested? Very good. I shall pass on the sister's sentiments to my superior. What manner of services do the dutiful sisters provide? Oh, I know what type of services they provide. I'm quite sure an adventurer of your stature has already glimpsed the truth behind the facade. For a business such as ours, their presence in the city is incredibly reassuring. Yep. Yeah, I feel like it could have gone better. Like, it sounded like, and of course, this was a unofficial translation, so I don't know if the exact wording, but it sort of sounded like one of their responses to the Fates being finished too soon is people need to be nicer to each other. That's what it sounded like, in my mind. It's like, yeah, that's good enough to say, but, you know, it brings me up to the point that they have had similar content before. They already are capable of doing it the right way. So, why are they saying now they can't? Or now it's going to take time? Because they've done similar. It's content that's similar to Eureka and Baja, and it's just fate grinding in a specific zone. But apparently the fates are getting finished before everybody gets there because they're too easy. So, yeah. Welcome to Limsa. If there's aught you would like to know, feel free to... You've got something for me, you say? A missing persons list? I'm not sure I follow. Yeah. And, okay, so usually on the breaks, because in live letters they have breaks, usually they show, like, trailers for Final Fantasy XIV. Today it was a commercial for Final Fantasy XVI and Final Fantasy Tactics. So it's very obvious they just want to promote their new games and want to forget Final Fantasy XIV exists. A disturbingly long list of people who have gone missing in recent moons. Lovely. Thanks for bringing the list. I'll be sure to memorize those names. If any of the missing persons reappear, you can count on me to spot them. Most folk enter the city via the Zephyr Drift. which means they must pass through the Bulwark Hall. And that's why I'm on constant watch here and undercover as to keep an eye out for suspicious activity. I've been doing this for so long, I've become a pretty good judge of character. If there's shady characters skulking about, you can rest assured I can pick them out. Okay. Sounds like you're already in the Yellow Jacket's good graces. You truly are a model adventurer, a paragon among your fellows. Do you think you could do me a favor? You see, I'm supposed to go and fill up the street lamps with oil so that they'll stay lit through the night. But thanks to this business of missing people, I can't simply up and leave my post. If you could tend to the street lamps in my stead, I'd be eternally grateful. Yep. And you're supposed to tell me how to get sheep. The Bismarck wants fresh lamb, does it? Gods, I could do with a slice myself, fresh off the grill and dripping in its own juices. Sorry, friend, I haven't had a single bite to eat since my shift began. Any road, you can get lamb easily enough by hunting the lambs that graze outside the city. Go through the Zephyr Gate and follow the path east and south for a bit. You'll run into the fluffy and tasty critters before long. Yes, I already know. You know how many lambs I've killed? I don't know why I needed to ask that guy for help, but it's fine. Okay. One lamp. Two lamps. Three lamps. Is it that way? Or is it that way? It's that way. I see shinies. I see the sparklies. What's going on over here? It's a bodice assessor. Oh my god. Some of those side conversations. How am I getting to that lamp? Okay. Let me just oil this lamp. I guess I just throw it up there. It's fine. This is how we do things here in Limsa. This. How am I reaching that to put oil in it? Dear Lord. Cece Poo, they need more oil. You're doing what? What am I going to do with that girl? She has the nerve to ask me for work, twaddle and tripe about her savings, only to foist it on the first adventurer that comes along. Being young and pretty does not give you license to shirk responsibilities. I shall get her oil all right, and a piece of my mind to boot. Funny. Hey, now let's go murder some rats and lambs right outside of here. Alrighty. There's a large group of lambs right there. Let's go murder them all at once. Boop. Alright. So why is it if you murder something and you're higher level than it, you aggro several other things? I feel like if I'm higher level than something, especially at the point where I am, where I'm 30 levels higher than them, that they should pretend I don't exist because, yeah, you know, I just one-shot their friends. But what do I know, I suppose? There are some quests here, so let's go to Summerford Farms and pick up those quests. I could have just teleported there, but that would require me pressing a button. And I'm enjoying watching my tail sway in the breeze. Alrighty then. What quest do I have here? I'm fairly certain it's picking up garbage. Rock's in a hard place. Summerford Farms bears the charge of the Admiral's Settlement Initiative. We're rewarded handsomely to brave new frontiers. Yet if we fail to fulfill our part of the bargain, the grant will be withdrawn. In spite of this, the washed-up pirates elect to laze their days away. There is still time. We need only clear away the rocks and debris for the area to be deemed settled. If you are willing to help, you'll find a shovel outside that hut on the hillside. I will help. Boop. I think I went the wrong way. I'm just horrible at following directions, okay? Oh, I walked right past it. God, I'm blind. Okay. Pick up some debris. Shovel some rock. Okay. Pick up some debris. Shovel some rock. And more debris. Alright. Oof. I'm only mostly back. You've certainly proven you are not one to let obstacles stand in your path. Dude, all I did was pick up garbage. If only these supposedly pioneering pirates were half as industrious as you. I picked up garbage. Expanding borders is all well and good, but the Admiral ought to know rugged frontiers can't be settled by layabouts. Okay, there is another quest up north. To the northwest, sort of. Let's go poke at that one. I think it's just to kill crabs. The fact that I know most of the quests without being close to them is, probably says something about my mentality when playing this game. I am looking forward because I only have done all of the side quests for ARR and a portion of Heavensward. But once I get past that, there will be a lot of side quests that I just don't know what they are, and it's going to make me very happy because I look forward to learning. Alrighty then. It's either kill crabs or kill bees. Also, she looks like she has a very complicated name. I'm not even going to attempt it. Out to dry. Oh, for the love of Limlame, not again. The letter's stripped to bloody shreds, No, there's not a rye with my breeches, you cheeky sod. It's these meglo crabs. They've been at the balloon envelopes I left out to dry on the rocks. Those hellspawn snippers think they've found a squid or something and set to nibbling. Less balloons in the air means less cargo getting lifted, and that don't sit too well with me. You're looking for a quick job? How about you crack a few shells before you head off on your way? If you could put down 5 or so of the buggers, that ought to do for now. Yay! Murder crabs. King wasp. Oh wow, these actually take a few hits. Which they shouldn't, because I'm freaking level 37 and they're 16. But whatever. Nope. Alright. I'm not doing that fate. Alright, oops. Let's not walk right off the docks. You take care of them snipers? Good bloody riddance. Nice work there, lass. Still, it won't be long before a new crew of crabs comes sidling in to claim that territory. And our loads just keep getting heavier, what with all the rebuilding going on. If I don't want to be buried under a mountain of crates, I best think of a more lasting solution to this snipper problem. Okay, yeah. Good luck with that. Anyways, back to Limsa. Let's turn in these... These are to the Culinarians Guild. Hope so. Have you any luck obtaining the fresh lamb? Please hurry, the guests are arriving any moment now. Aren't the guests already here? Lamb meat so fresh it still smells of the mother's teat. That's interesting phrasing, but okay. Here's your fresh lamb. 4 slices of fresh ham, and right in the nick of time. Also, when you butcher a lamb, you don't get a slice of lamb. Like, you know, yeah. Thank you ever so much. Times like this, I feel fulfilled in my role. I used to be a chef myself, you see, but my skills weren't quite up to par. So, when the Bismarck expanded operations, I asked to be made its provisioner instead. This way, I can still be part of the business in spite of my shortcomings. Okay. Well. Yeah. Yeah, like, why did I have to kill 4 lambs to get 4 slices of lamb meat? Were they very tiny lambs? They must have been baby lambs. That's probably why they smelled like their mom's teat. Ah, so you slew a few rats. Good on you, lass. This bloke comes through the other day and plops this huge sack of the size of the bleeding gobu on the counter, says any man what slays rats can have something from within. When I inquires as to why, all he says is the damn noise they make when scurrying about is driving him insane. You ask me, though, he was already a bit touched. Something tells me the poor lad'll never find peace. So that is all of the quests in Limsa. But there is a quest line that is a side quest in... It's still in Noscea. Yeah. But let's go... It would be out this way. And there are quite a few quests on this map. You know what I just realized? I have the fucking chocobo porter to this place. I should have taken a shortcut. Don't know why I'm doing this the long way. Look, nobody said I was sane. Okay, over here. Ooh, I'm tired. This will be the last zone. Of course, there are quite a few quests in this zone, and some of them are chained, but... Chocobo, Red Rooster Stead. Yeah, so it's gonna be a bit longer. Beyond that, I think... So we won't be doing quests in Eastern Noscea, because that's too high level for me. We've already done Middle Noscea. There are only 2 quests in Aleport. Well, 3. Because they're the ones to get the dog and cat minions. Right now. There will be more later after I take the dungeon quest, so I might as well do them all. Actually, no. I will probably do those quests when I get taken there on one of the job quests, because those are job quests. And then Camp Bronze Lake and Camp Overlook are higher levels. So yes, this is the last zone. That's low level. One of these quests, Where the Heart is the Mist. It's the last zone I will be doing today. And then tomorrow I'll be playing World of Warcraft, so... Mind looking into something for me, adventurer? It might even be of interest to you, in fact. I'm told the plots within Mists are to be auctioned off. You, me, hells, even a 12-damned wandering minstrel could purchase their own piece of Noscea. And upon that plot of land, you'd be free to build a house for you and yours. You can't tell me that the thought isn't at least slightly appealing, can you? I already have a house. 'Tis a bit surprising that the Thalocracy had the time and resources to prepare for such an area, what with the kobolds and the primals causing all manner of trouble. But who am I to judge the priorities of politicians, much less pirates, eh? Besides, I'd like nothing more than to own my own home. I've yet to verify the truth of the tale just yet, though. If you've no objections to taking a detour from your adventures, why not head towards the gate to the Mist and see if there's a Maelstrom representative who can confirm or deny these land auctions. Yeah, I will get right on that. But also... Whack-a-mole. If a lifetime of meticulous research into the advancements of the agricultural arts has taught me anything, it is that the fruits of knowledge are incapable of preserving themselves. Without an adventurer's brawn to protect them, I fear all my work will come to naught. Take, for example, the splendid ogre pumpkin crop I was able to cultivate. Years of hypothesizing and testing at last made tangible, only to be snatched away by those subterranean sorners, the clever hedge moles. I've already engineered the pumpkins to resist fire, drought, frost, weeds, insects, and festive rituals. I just need someone to kill the moles. Okay. Mogrim had a little lamb. They call me the Stead Shepherd, but all three kinds of livestock we breed here fall under my crook. Nevertheless, sheep remain my first love, my one true passion. So you can imagine my dismay at finding my flock in flumpy fleece. I can't very well take worn-out wool to a market. A sheep with no shine is good for nothing but mutton. But where there's wool, there's a way. See what Chartain has to say? Okay. This guy. Mogrim had some little lambs whose fleece was white as snow, but everywhere the little lambs went, lice were sure to go. Now we're stuck with lousy sheep. And the time it takes me to brush one clean, the lice spread to 2 more. I just can't keep up with them by myself. If you could brush 3 shaggy sheep for me, we might be able to wipe out the infestation altogether. Let Mogrim know his sheep are in ship shape once you've finished. Ah, yes, references. A fine-toothed metal comb used to remove blood-sucking lice from sheep. Oop. Yeah, a little bit. Not too much, though. Alright, we have lice combed all... God damn it. Just the word lice makes me itchy. Like, I just don't like it. For an adventurer, you certainly know how to wield a lice comb. As I'm sure you have found, sheep are delicate souls that require delicate care. Truly wonderful wool requires time, love, and tenderness. You must caress their coats ever so gently, listen to their soft bleating in your ear, feel the warmth of their breath on your neck. Mogrim? We don't tolerate sheep fuckers here, okay? Anyways. Much ado about dodos. They may call it Red Rooster Stead, but make no mistake, dodos are the birds that keep this stead steady. Those sweet and tender eggs, the succulent meat, so long as you remove a dodo weakling's poison glands, you're in for some scrumptious and healthy poultry. They're so delicious, I have to remind myself some birds just aren't meant to be caged. Or perhaps I don't. Talk to Expian and see if we can't return those exquisite creatures to their pit. Okay. Gotta bag some dodos. Am I ever pleased to see you? I was about to cry foul, but with your help we can round them up. Those dim-witted dodos pecked through the fencing and fled the coop. Luckily, they know better than to leave the stead. There are 3 bolting dodos in all. If you spot one, just throw one of these dodo-sized sacks over its head. Once you've caught all the birds, would you mind leaving them in Mogram's care? I need to repair the fencing before we can return them to the enclosure, you see. Okay. Whatever would you put in an empty dodo-sized sack? A dodo? Okay. And I'm missing one. Where's the last one? Somewhere over... Ah, there he is. I see him. Okay. Mogram! Stop your sheep fucking and take these dodos off my hands. Don't do anything weird to them. I heard everything. Hand me the dodos. Okay. Oh, my precious darlings. Without their poison breaths, they're defenseless out in the wild. Daddy Dodo gets so worried. Dude. And now my dodos have a mommy. No. You'll stay around and look after my babies, won't you? At least until they're ripe for slaughter? No, I'm good. I'm good. No. Just now. Anyways, let's go check out the mists. Let's go check out housing. See how that's looking. That guy's kind of a weirdo, isn't he? Ooh, pretty. What is it, adventurer? Ah, yes, the auctions. By order of the Admiral herself, Mist and all plots within are to be sold exclusively to adventurers, so as to encourage their immigration to Limsa. Why only adventurers, you ask? Practical necessity, really. Limsa is in dire need of fresh blood, capable, courageous adventurers who will fight her foes and protect her interests. Those who build a home here will have that much more incentive to aid us. As for what manner of place Mist is, I think it best that you journey there and see for yourself. Please direct any other questions you might have to the recruit station just past the entrance. Yes, let's go poke around. Let's see. Oh well, there's still a couple of houses available. Not very many. The mist is so pretty. Like, don't get me wrong, I love our house in Kugane, but look at those beauties. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to Mist. Hello, Minson, you say? Ah, that's unfortunate. All Lominsons are barred from participating in the auctions, you see, on account of the fact that they're, well, Lominson. Admiral's decree. If you find the area to your liking, though, please consider speaking with the resident caretaker. She can guide you through the process of purchasing a plot for yourself. Yeah, no, I'm good. I already own a home. And it's a large. It may be an FC house, but it's a big boy. I was thinking about redecorating our FC house a little bit. We will see if I have the time. There you are. What news have you brought me? For the purpose of luring adventurers to Lominsa. That's unfortunate, but it does explain a great deal. Looks like my dream of owning my own home will have to wait a little longer. But don't you worry about me. My day will come soon enough. So, most of the reason why I've been thinking about redecorating is actually because you can now change the inside there's a few options that you can do, but they put all of the furniture away. So I would have to relay everything. So I might as well redecorate. I am thinking that our downstairs, instead of a staging area, with that one little cuddle corner, I think instead I will make it a just all beds, you know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe put some chains on the walls, things like that. Some torture implements. I don't know if I can find any, but we'll see. Yeah. Or I'll turn the entire downstairs into a library. Right now we just have a single room library, so, you know. Ooh, I could do it a big library with like a reading nook where there's mattresses and couches and, you know. I actually have used the crafting stuff. It does help a little bit. So I do like having a crafting room. Yeah, when I was leveling, for this character actually, when I was leveling crafting, because the crafting benches only work for lower level characters, but they give extra CP, crafting points. So it does help when you're trying to craft to level, because the higher quality stuff you can craft, the better, the more experience you get, and if you have more CP, you can craft higher level stuff, or higher quality stuff. So, it helps. Also, I really just like those nodes that are repair and shop bots. Those are handy. Well, that was so easy, it makes me wonder why I've spent my life formulating complex solutions to problems rather than merely going around killing things. Killing things is rather fun. Nevertheless, I'm afraid it's too late to alter my methods now. I'll continue to focus on the complex solutions and have you stick around to kill things. What hubris, what arrogance to believe that I, one woman alone, could overcome the unfathomably vast and profound mysteries of nature. But with you here, I'm sure we can do it. Beetlejuice. Care to partake in an inexorable march of science? The concoction I'm currently formulating could change horticulture as we know it. Imagine a fluid one could stew over crops to ward off pests. All I need are some ladybugs and someone to squash them. Ladybugs simply cannot resist aphids. Find some Alphic lavender, dab it with a bit of aphid nectar, and they'll come swarming to the slaughter. Okay. So you're making pesticide. Okay. I approve of this. Ladybugs are known to feed on this sweet secretion. Whack. Whack. And whack. Overkill is the best kind of kill, right? That's fine. Alrighty then. Return to me once you've collected 3 vials of Ladybug Viscera. What does it say? The moss green ooze which seeps out from the cracked shell after crushing an innocent, defenseless ladybug. Oops. It's elementary, really. Aphids live in fear of ladybugs, and so applying the scent of ladybug blood to our crops is certain to ward off the parasites. We are manipulating the laws of nature. Of course, we could have just let the ladybugs go on defending the crops as always and not squash them for their viscera, but I hardly see the science in that. Okay. You know what? You're the scientist. I'll take your word for it. Run, my little legs, run! Alright. Got a couple of Rogan in here. What goes around? Breathtaking, is it not? Proud cells turning, rugged gears churning, the mill never stops, and so neither can the millers assigned to its upkeep. Vigilance is key. By addressing tomorrow's issues today, we can assure the wheels of prosperity continue to grind. Unfortunately, I have my hands full with the work of the day, and cannot leave my station to tend to inspection. I would entrust this duty to you. Seek out the other 3 millers, heed their concerns, and apprise Witzarin of your findings. Okay. Let's go question some millers. Oh look, a Gooble. He's so big and fluffy, I want to pet his head. Well, you see the mill spinning, don't you? What more do you need to know? Only problem I have is you meddling in my chores. Away with you, then. Well, at least she doesn't have more chores for me. Alright. And you? Pshaw, the meal's fine. We'd be wiser to concern ourselves with the grubby scavengers that rob us of our yield. Okay. It's a shorty. I see shortness. I haven't noticed anything off myself, but let's have a look now, shall we? Look there, the cell's been nicked a bit. Nothing urgent, mind you. The cloth we use is the same as they use for sails out on the sea, made to stand up to blustering wind. So we got scavengers and a ripped sail. Man, I'm tired. I trust you enjoyed your tour of the mill? You are impressed, yes? The matter of Ishushu's sale is most worrisome indeed. The matter shall be remedied at once. To delay acting until trouble occurs is to ask for trouble. The Grey Fleet stops for nothing. Full sail ahead. It's fine. You know what? I think the quest line I wanted to do here isn't actually here because I didn't start in Limsa. If that is the case, then I will be very sad. Because I came all the way here. Well, and not to mention, it's kind of a story-relevant quest line. No, it hasn't been removed because I've done it recently. But that character started in Limsa, so... And they don't really remove side quests. Like, they've removed parts of the MSQ, but they haven't removed any side quests as far as I know. Let's see. Fire and brimstone. Well, this time we've dug ourselves into a hole well and truly. Struck brimstone while shoveled through the mines, and now the rocks are rife with the reek of rotten eggs. The gas grew to be too much to bear. You'll need to clear earth crystals if you're to restore the earth and plug the leak properly. Just mind the surfeit clouds brought on by the brimstone. Fabulous. Yep, it is not here. I am fairly certain it's only one that I can do if I start in Limsa. I guess that makes sort of sense. But the quest line, what it is finding out that the kobolds are mucking about here in this cave. And like you do a bunch of things for those farmers, and then they send you to go after the millers, and they send you to check the scavengers in this cave. And yeah. And then you get sent back to... It's kind of like, you know, that quest line we did in the Silver Bazaar with helping out these small folks and making them want to stay in their hometown. It's kind of like the Limsa's version of that quest line. It's just helping out a small town folk and finding out where their problems lie. Yeah. It is sad, but oh well. Now that's a breath of fresh air. Also, the quest, it sends you back to Baderon, the innkeeper, and he tells you about that it was the Limsons who pissed off the kobolds to start with. So, it's actually very story relevant for later. For many of the miners, a bit of brimstone is nothing to write home about, but I'm the one who has to write the letters when the gluttons choke to death down there. The prices metals command in the wake of the calamity will make us either rich or dead. Okay. Yeah. I did notice that there are quite a few quests that I just can't do because I didn't start in Limsa. So that's a thing. Because the last time I started in Limsa, there were a lot more side quests. Before I pick up that guy's quest, I'm gonna go to this bridge. Wait. Look, I totally know where I'm going, okay? I will be back. You, I need a ride. Yep, so that does mean that we are missing some of the context. It's kind of sad. I feel like we're missing a lot by not doing all of, by not starting in every city. That just pisses me off. I am not going to have other characters to start in the other cities. I will not. But it is very disappointing. Because it also means that the Gridania one probably isn't there too. Because every starting city also has a storyline that is just helping a town outside of the main city, and apparently you can only do that if you start there. A bridge too full. Eh? You be wanting to cross Ocean's Embrace. If you ain't in a hurry to be someplace, I'd rather you hold off for a bell or two. Presently the bridge is such a right confusion of wagons and such. The damn thing's like to collapse. I just walked across it. It's fine. We expect a bit of congestion, what with being the only bridge connecting the roads from the dry docks to Limsa, but today's traffic is something awful. Speaking of which, what in the seven hells does Wurstmaga think he's playing at, deserting his post at a time like this? Do me a favor, would you, lass? Track down the skittish bugger and tell him to get his arse back to directing the chaos at the Embrace. He is hiding behind this building. Like, if they're going to take out those quests, I wish they would replace them with other things. Like, if you didn't start in a city, you get a different quest line. But honestly, I think I should be able to do those quest lines. 'Twas only a matter of time before they sent someone after me, I suppose. Aye, I heard you. The bridge is a bloody mess. Truth be told, I wish the damn thing would collapse and save me the suffering. I can't simply wave me hands and have everything suddenly sort itself out, now can I? And if I try reasoning with those demon-spawned coachmen, I'm like to get me head bit off. Listen, if you're not going to let me be, then can you at least have a word with the more irate wagon drivers? You know, soothe their temper some? That'll be one less headache for me to deal with. Do-do-do-do-do. Now, hey there, buddy. Good sirs and ladies, calm yourself. There's no need to... Oh, gods. You can take your self-important words and take a dive in the harbor. I have shipwrights expecting this cargo, and it'll be a cold day in Thanalan before I back down first. Make way, you ugly bilge rat. I should have been in Limsa bells ago. I'll calm down when fishbacks learn to fly. Now move your arse. Okay, let's soothe these little fuckers. Well, if you put it like that, then maybe I'll hold me tongue for a bit. Perhaps you do have a point. I shall endeavor to keep a hold of my temper, if only to see the situation resolved before the moon turns. There we go. It's not that hard. Well, I'll be damned. You actually managed to calm them bugger down. You're a miracle worker, and that's the honest truth. No, it's not. All I need is for the drivers to heed me directions without all of that snapping and snarling, you see. Well, I'd best be at it before they lose their tempers again. Oh, and I'd appreciate it if you can let Captain Doesreal know I'm back on the job. Okay. Like, legitimately, I am capable of pronouncing the hard names if I hear them spoken. Like, for instance, Admiral Merlve Bluefisfin. I can pronounce her name most of the time, not when I'm tired, but I've heard it. Worsmaga is back at his post, is he? Your tongue must be made of silver to have accomplished that feat. He can't handle the yelling, you see. The gods only know how such a delicate flower survived guard training in the first place. And he's never going to survive duty on the bridge now that work on the Victory has a flood of deliveries coming in and out every bloody day. Worsmaga better harden up or start looking for a quieter line of work. Yep. Alright, back to Morby Dry Docks. Mimidoa! This little guy is a little pervert! Anyways. Constant cravings. What, you say? Another initiate, eh? Initiate, you say? Getting lots of initiates these days. Lots of initiates. What day you say it was? Now, I reckon this initiate here looking for work. Is it work you seek, eh? Well, you need not fret, as I just happen to have a task that needs tending. A dear friend of mine, Rustin something or such, yeah, he also has problems pronouncing the name, is holed up in the lighthouse on this side of the grip. Used to be that I'd visit the lad once a night to see how he was faring, but me legs just ain't the same since the gout gone and grabbed hold of them. I'd be grateful if you could check up on the Candlekeep in me stead. Oh, and don't you be forgetting to take along 4 carved jackalfangs. Tell him they's from Mimidoa. He'll understand. Alright. Also, despite the fact that he sounds like a drunk, I don't think he's a drunk. I think he's got the beginning stages of dementia. Possibly from drinking. But, like, he has no idea who his employees are. Like, he legitimately thinks I'm one of his employees. And he does. Like, and he mentions it over and over as if he had just met you every single time, and I don't think it's just a plot hook, but because you meet him a couple of times in the main storyline, and every single time he doesn't know who you are. It's hilarious. Oh, woe is me. I seem to have gone and misplaced 4 of my packed lunches. Whatever am I to do? I can hear Burm's belly grumbling from all the way over here. I'm certain I made enough for everyone, so it must be that I either dropped a few or gave some to the wrong fellows. Oh, did you hear that? It was at Burm's belly again. He does not look at all pleased, does he? I must stay with my cart, but if you could search the dry docks and see if you cannot find those lunches, I would be eternally grateful. I might even whip together something special for... did you see that? Burms just gave me the evil eye. If those lunches don't turn up soon, I'm afraid he'll come over here and eat me. First of all, this guy is the nicest guy ever. So this is the guy that you rescue if you start in Limsa Lominsa. His dad is a pirate, but he is really sweet and really nice. Have you ever seen anything so grand? It pains me that I'll have to let her go one day. Oh hey, you can actually talk to him. Tell me about yourself. The name's Atburm. I serve as foremost shipwright on the Victory, the vessel that lies here before us. She is Naldic and Vimeli's first endeavor since the calamity, and my personal pride and joy. From the moment of her conception, I have stood beside her, watching as she grew to where she is now. When the girl is finally seaworthy, not only will she be the most powerful ship in the Maelstrom Armada, but she'll serve as a symbol of Limsa Lominsa's return to nautical supremacy. which is why I cannot take my eyes off these lazy dogs for even a moment. Give the lot a single ilm, and the victory would probably be in flames before I could blink. Here at the Moraby Draw Docks, we build and repair ships at the behest of Naldic and Vimelis. It used to be that no one outside the Armorers Guild was allowed within a malm of the facilities. This was mainly to prevent the Thelocracy enemies from sabotaging her ships. The Flames of Calamity, however, changed all that. Now we must look to adventurers, freelancers, even pirates to see that all the work is completed. And it is my job to make certain that everyone remains in line, which, in the case of adventurers, freelancers, and pirates, is rarely ever true. Yeah, and that big ship right here is the Victory. Lots of people working on it. But yeah. I like that they let this guy talk to you. Walked right past it. Wafufu be needing one of her lunches back, you say? And here I was beginning to think the lass had eyes for me. Dude, hamster eating banana. Not that she's me type, mind ya. I like me women a few hands taller, and a few pawns heavier, and a few shades bluer, if you catch my drift. I wouldn't have minded the extra meal, though. A man can work up quite a craving when he's been pounding, stretching, and shaping sheets of iron all day. Is that how it is? And... Geez names. Don't tell me. You came to collect my lunch. I can see it in them accusing eyes of yours. Sure, I knew right well that none of these lunches was meant for me, what with today being my day off and all, but I never thought little Wafufu would miss just one. If I give back the lunch, would you promise me you'll not mention that it was I who took it? I don't want the lass to think I was trying to swindle her, though that's sort of what I was trying to do. But she doesn't have to know that now, does she? Right then, carry on. Alright, Wafufu, I got your lunches. Please tell me you found the lunches. I swear, Atburms has shifted several paces closer since you departed. No, he hasn't. He doesn't even know you exist. Boiled boar, stewed dodo, steamed cabbage, a slab of stone cheese, and a hunch of day-old bread. Everything a hard-working shipwright needs to maintain his, or her, vigor. 1, 2, 3, 4. You did it! You found all the missing lunches. Now perhaps I can rest in peace, knowing that Atburm won't be indulging in his cannibalistic fantasies. I think you're the one who has, like, vor fantasies. At least for today. Oh, look, more quests. Let's go over here. That guy down there. Like, what is with this name? Hezkezel? Nailed it! When it comes to riveting, you could search the realm over, but you won't find none better than and of course he says his own name so that I can fail at pronouncing it. 10 score rivets a bell I drive, twice that if I'm not in me cups. The key to driving rivets proper-like is how hot you can get the buggers. The hotter the rivet, the stronger the bond she'll make with the steel plate. Problem being, was I to heat me rivets in the forge, they'd be cold as a dead whore's crotch by the time I hauled 'em back to the Victory. They'd be cold as a dead whore's crotch by the... That's some imagery right there. That's why I use the white hot cores of lightning sprites. But as you can see, me supplies run a tad low. If it ain't too much trouble, would you be so kind as to fetch me some? You look as if you could take a whole pack of sprites with one hand tied behind your arse. Yep, that's what he said. Okay. I'm like, did I read that wrong? Nope. What counts? I'm looking for a strapping young adventurer good with her numbers to help tally our remaining supply of planks and logs. But I suppose you'll have to do. Rude. Now that work on the Victory is nearing completion, I need one final count of the lumber we have, so I can determine if we'll need more. I already have Razin Malzin and Riomo Falemo started on the tally, so speak with them and see what they found. Then bring me back the exact number of quarterdeck logs and forecastle planks remaining on site. Understood? I'll get right on that. My character can totally count. Just finished me count of this cedar mass, and the yardmaster ain't going to like what I have to tell him. What? You'll tell him for me? Well, be my guest then, lass. The Victory, being as big as she is, will be outfitted with 3 full-size masts, and 2 smaller masts. Each mast will have its own set of 4 to 5 spars, or cross masts from which the sails hang. I don't understand the words you're saying, but okay. One need not be a scholarly from Melvin's Gate to know that's a whole hell's worth of lumber. It is. Also, I am a scholar and I still don't know what you said. And so, just how many mast-worthy logs did I count here? 4. Not 400, not 4 score, not even 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can take that to the yardmaster, but don't say I didn't warn you. Okay? Alright, what about you? 200 oak berthing planks, not one more, not one less. I counted them twice, and then I counted them thrice more, just for good measure. We may be in trouble, though, if them shipwrights need any more than what I see before ye. The fires of the Calamity claimed most of the trees in old Oakwood. And what are those that remained, ye ask? Well, why, we chopped down the rest to help build the Victory. We don't need trees. It's not like, it's not like environments rely upon trees or anything. It's fine. A ship is much more important. I mean, these are pirates. They care more about ships than trees. I trust you had enough fingers to help you through the tallying. So, tell me now, what did you find? Those be grim numbers indeed. The Calamity may be just a fading memory, but it seems we're still far from truly healing. As a salt-blooded Lominson, it pains me to say it, but we may have to turn to them tree folk in Gridania if we're to finish the Victory on time. You do understand that they are picky about who gets their lumber, right? Like, what with the elementals being bitches and all stuff? I'm sure it'll work out. Anyways, onwards. Run! Alright. So I need to kill some of all of you guys, but first, let's start with you guys. Okay. And some lightning sprites. And one of you. And run! Look, it's a fun hill. I want to put my shield on the floor and then sit on my shield and slide all the way down. I wonder what my mom's doing. It sounds like she's wrecking something in the other room. Oh well, I'm sure it's fine. My mom is much less likely to murder herself than yours is. It can get right lonesome up here, all alone, with naught but the wind's chill to keep a man company. Some days I carve jackal fangs to help clear me head of the voices calling me back to the great blue. Gotta use some fangs. What's this? Mimidoa and Diddy? Well, you tell that old man he needn't waste his few last sons on this realm worrying about poor Rostanze. I'll carry on as I always have, in the service of the sailors, alone till the day I die. Fabulous. With the carvings keeping me head clear, a bit of company would ease the solitude. Truth is, with each turn of the sun, I creep ever closer to the brink of madness. All day and all night I dream of someone who might rescue me from this prison. Someone broad and hale, with skin the color of the sea, and eyes that'll suck you in like a maelstrom. Someone like Grimthota. I've been enchanted by her sweet magic since I first saw her. A young lass from Moraby dry docks on patrol of the god's scrip. She smiled at me, but I was too ed up inside by fear to meet her gaze. And now, since her promotion to head watch, she can't be bothered to make the climb. I would tell her how it is I feel, but me duty to the sailors. Wait, might be you could tell her for me. I'd make it worth your while. You could take her a nice, Lanosian lily bell. You think she'd like that? Aye, I reckon she'd like that. Ain't met a woman what didn't like flowers. Okay. I suppose I will go pick some flowers for you. Holy cows. So, I wonder if all of that blue down there is supposed to be like a giant coral or something. Like, don't get me wrong, it looks badass as fuck, but, actually, it might be Calamity stuff. Maybe it's, like corrupted crystal. Kind of like that one place, that's on the other side of the map from Drybone. Yeah. Yeah, it looks kind of like Calamity stuff. Only because of the yellow in the middle. Maybe it's, a giant coral that was struck by Calamity stuff. Pick these flowers. Actually, these are pretty flowers. It's Poppets! I wouldn't be surprised. Whee! Alrighty then. instead of yen. Oh, is that it? Grimthroat, you have an admirer. A gift from me from the Candlekeep at Ocean's Torch? But I don't recall ever meeting anyone... La Noscea and Lilybell. Yes, it's coming back to me now. Rostanze, I believe his name was. I remember specifically commenting on how I despised my patrols through the God's Grip for the areas full of La Noscea and Lilybells, and the terrible weeds always send me into sneezing fits. Oh. He just gave her a flower she's allergic to. While I am flattered, I'm afraid I cannot return the gesture. As head of the watch of the Morobe dry docks, it is my responsibility to see that peace is kept until the Victory's christening. I simply haven't the time to pay would-be suitors any mind, no matter how desperate they might be. Though perhaps once the ship is complete, I could consider a climb up the peninsula, perhaps. Well, that's something at least. Maybe he won't kill himself. Where'd you crawl in from? I don't recall sending for no initiate. Corey Foxy. I once knew a lass named Corey back when I served on the Cloud Dancer. She was a buxom young lass with eyes as big and round as ogre pumpkins. You ain't her, though. Nose ain't quite right. And who are you? I got something to tell you. Got something to tell me, has ya? Rostons, eh? What's that mumbling milksop whining about this time? No, let me guess. That he's lonely. Bah. Put a pair of warm women in his arms and another on his lap and he'll be right as rain. 'Tis what I do to help me forget what ails me. Not that old Miqo'te needs much help with forgetting, mind ye. Might be that I'll send him up a few saucy strumpets this coming eve. That would help. Actually, yes, that would probably help a lot. 3 cores, and I can be done with the day's work and back at the alehouse where I belong. These white-hot cores are sometimes used by blacksmiths and armorers as a source of heat when driving rivets into metal plates. Yep. Leviathan's Eye, you really done gone and fetched me the blinkin' cores. Atburms'll be right pleased to see that, he will. 'Twas the foreman what came up with the idea to use cores to heat the rivets. A clever one, that man, sharper than a fang in a fishback's beak. Probably is why he made Chief so quick-like. Alright, so there is one more quest in the zone. Let's go pick it up. And it's way down there. This way? Alrighty then. Hello, ladies. What can I do to help you? Forbidden Island. Excuse me, Venturer. Might I have a moment of your time? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Azumin, Field Assessor for Malvin's Gate. My work with the Custom House involves the investigation of claims made regarding the unlawful import of restricted items from foreign shores. Recently, there have been a number of petitions made by the residents of Candlekeep Quay concerning a species not native to Vilbrand. If this species is indeed alien to the island, it must be located and destroyed immediately, before it is allowed to reproduce and possibly disturb the natural balance found here among the area's fauna. I would ask that you take this lump of fetid dodo flesh and place it upon one of the mounds of soil thought to be the nests of the invasive species. The odor should draw forth whatever creature lurks beneath, leaving them easy targets. Oh, okay. Do-do-do-do-do. And... oh, there it is. Place. Oh, those don't belong here. Those are Thavnarian mitlings. I bet some of their eggs, like, stowed away on some cabbages or something. Being imported. Ooh. You know, usually these things are purple. I guess it's black because it's from Thavnarian. Okay, it's dead. And that's why they tell you you're not allowed to bring produce from across the border. Thavnarian mites. We have collected eggs from cargo carried on ships hailed from Radz-at-Han before, but always in Limsa Lominsa. There are no records of ships traveling to or from the tiny island nation making stops here in Candlekeep Quay, nor would they ever need to. Unless the mites did not come from a ship that laid anchor here, but from a different vessel, one with more heinous motives. I believe this will require further investigation. I thank you again for your assistance. Mayhaps I may require your services again in the near future. But not right now, apparently, because we are out of quests. So, let's return to Limsa Lominsa. Yeah, it's always the bugs. And that is the end of the stream. So tomorrow we will be playing World of Warcraft. I will be playing until I finish Another Storm. Because goddamn, I need to finish Another Storm. I've been on it for what? 4 or 5 streams? 6 streams? It's been a while. We will finish Another Storm tomorrow. And then the day after tomorrow, hopefully we can start on Shadowmoon Valley. So, that is it for today. Thank you for watching. The next time we stream Final Fantasy will be next week, but then we will be doing the Marauder, the Rogue, and the Arcanist quests. Though we will probably just choose like 1 or 2 of those because they take a long time to get done. But thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for WoW. Bye!